Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about a Nintendo fanboy that's been seething in my comments for months. Now, I already have a video talking about this guy, but he's left more comments since, and I highly recommend you go and check out that other video before watching this one. I'll put it up on the screen right now, because it gives a lot of background information as to why this guy is so angry at me. But to sum it up, it's because I emulate, and he doesn't like emulation. He hates emulation so much that because I emulate, he spent the past 2 months in my comment section calling everyone who disagrees with him autistic. He has told people to unsubscribe from life, and he's accused people of being something terrible that I can't even mention on YouTube, just because they disagree with him on emulation. So there's a lot of comments I want to go over today, so we're just going to jump straight into it. I made a community post the other day saying that Kabulo, which is the fanboy, is still seething in my comments. Someone by the name of GamePenguin21, which is another YouTuber who makes videos similar to mine, said, "Damn, send Kabulo my way, I would love the engagement." And then I replied with, "Just make a video defending emulation or argue with a Nintendo fanboy and @Kabulo76 will be right there to seethe." And this caused the Nintendo fanboy to crawl out of his basement and into my comment section. At Sneaky Cacti, I took a look at his channel. It's like yours or maybe worse. Yeah, they're similar channels because it's called commentary content. Autism runs so powerfully in him that I thought he was your separated twin at birth. You know, just classic Kabulo argument, everyone who disagrees with me is autistic. Apparently simply disagreeing with the great and wise Kabulo76 just automatically diagnoses you with autism, dude. You know what? At the end of this video, I'll actually go ahead and do an autism test and I'll let you guys watch. He then spams a bunch of music notes and says, "Sweet Home Alabama." And I mean, that's a great insult and all, but like, I'm not even American, so good job. Kabulo didn't only reply to people in that community post, but he also decided to reply to the community post himself. Please, Sneaky, also take a screenshot of the message that talks about your mother. Obviously, if he's making your mom jokes, because that's just how creative he is. Everyone must know how you get the $2,000 PC. I'll tell you how I got that PC. I got that PC from making YouTube videos calling out fanboys, and I decided to buy something, in this case the PC, that would help me with my channel. Then for a week you ate the shit collected in the bins, but that's another story, and a bunch of boomer laughing faces. My mother has a very good job, a very good well-paying job, in a very respectable career. I don't know about you, maybe you're projecting with this post? But, I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, you're very specific. It's almost like this is something that applies to you. I then reply with a Nintendo Wojak and ratio him with it, and then he replies with 3 little $signs, which is pretty appropriate because that's what I'm gonna make after I make this video calling you out on your bullshit. He then says, "Imagine how many diseases she passed on to be able to buy you the PC." Once again, I bought the PC myself by making videos on fanboys. You know, I sense a lot of projection here. He then leaves another comment on my community post saying, "And your mom is still on the sidewalk getting you food." The only thing he can come up with is "your mom" insults. That just shows that he can't argue the actual points about emulation, which is what upset him so much in the first place. Once again, my mother has a very well-paying job in a very respected career path. I'm sorry that you have to come to my comment section and make up a bunch of bullshit to project. He then calls me a type of person that I can't even like say the name of on here without getting probably demonetized or the video taken down. But let's just say it's the type of people Chris Hansen catches. And he calls me this for absolutely no reason. But what I found hilarious about this is I went to your YouTube channel, clicked on one of your videos, and there's actually somebody accusing you of being a sympathizer with this type of person. He then left a comment on my Star Wars Outlaws video saying "red flags everywhere, anti-consumer, red flag everywhere," trying to like mock me. And yeah, I stand by that. The game has red flags everywhere, it's anti-consumer, and deal with it. Just because you want to sit here and swallow Ubisoft's boot doesn't mean everyone else wants to. You know, I'm allowed to sit here and call out Ubisoft's anti-consumer, like, dickhead practices, and you're allowed to ignore it and go buy the game. But don't get mad at people for calling out, you know, scummy practices. It makes you look like a corporate shill. For the next comment, I have to show a little bit of context first to show what he was responding to, so go ahead and take a look. Instead of regurgitating what some other streamers say and parroting groupthink that makes your strongly defensive posture on something you know little about seem cool, use your brain and bring something to the discussion. I know it takes effort, but only do that if you want to, you know, have subscribers to your channel. I mean, if you want to. I mean, what I'm doing is working out pretty well. This is the fastest I've been growing in the past year. So, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Also, I like how you're sitting here telling me, oh, you might want to gain subscribers or whatever. You got one, dude. I have literally 8,000 plus times subscribers than you have. And I'm not trying to suck myself off over here. I'm saying you don't know shit about what you're talking about. Now, if you had 800,000 subscribers and you left this comment, I might take it more serious. But, dude, you got one subscriber and you're trying to tell me what I'm doing isn't effective enough. Get the fuck out of here. Kabulo commented, also flexing your subscriber numbers. That was not me flexing my subscriber numbers. As this commenter below says, that is me giving someone a reality check. You can't sit there with one subscriber and tell someone with 8,000 plus subscribers that what they're doing for their YouTube channel isn't effective. Why would I listen to someone with 8,000 times less subs than me on how to get subscribers? But the same guy, which is insulting me, by the way. And before you try to say, well, the guy might be intelligent and he's like giving some advice, he's defending Ubisoft, so he's clearly not intelligent. I mean, in his comment trying to call me out, he literally asked how is having to connect to the internet to play a single player game a bad thing. That is not the sayings of an intelligent person. I received this comment here on my video talking about the Redditor seething about piracy. Sneaky coward, did you know that Suyu is dead? I mean, I'm emulating just fine in the background, dude. I mean, cry about it. So I replied to his comment. I didn't even bother to argue about the fact that, you know, backups exist, archives exist. I just said, bro, you've been crying in my comments for months now, which is true. The entire reason this guy is so mad at me is because I was emulating Mario Kart DS, a game that isn't sold anymore, on my computer. It upset him so much that he spent months insulting people in my comments, telling them to off themselves, calling everyone autistic, all over an emulated game that isn't sold anymore. That is like peak loser behavior. He then replies to my comment where I said he's been crying for months, and he says, I don't cry, I remind you how autistic you are. You should thank me. I pump the algorithm and let you have that extra dollar you need for Adderall. And I'm not your brother, thank God. Here you can't mate between blood relatives as happens in your family. This explains your autism. Why is he talking about relatives mating? Like, what does this have to do with emulation? Maybe he's projecting again. Maybe this motherfucker has a family tree that's just a big fat donut. And, you know, he's taking it out on me. I don't know. And I've already explained before that you don't exactly have to medicate for ADHD, and there's way more medications out there than Adderall. But I wouldn't expect a Nintendo fanboy to be smart enough to realize that. Also, you want me to thank you? Alright, here you go. Thanks for letting me reply to your stupid comments in order to benefit my channel. Virgin piracy. I pirate because X, Y, and Z versus Chad piracy. I pirate because it's free. Autistic piracy. I pirate because X, Y, and Z versus beggars piracy. I pirate because it's free. Once again, just using autism as his only insult. Having one insult that you use over and over and over again is pathetic. Like, it gets old after the first time and everyone knows that you're just uncreative and can't come up with anything. I mean, you're like a fucking Bethesda NPC at this point with one dialogue quote. You go over, you talk to the NPC, and he calls you autistic. On my community post where I said he was still crying in the comments, this guy says he's still in the comments with some laughing faces, and the other guy below him says, yeah, he was trying to insult me yesterday in the comments for the Ubisoft video. Manchild shows up and says, you're still autistic as fuck. You know, this guy is so smart, he's able to diagnose people with autism by just looking at their comment. I mean, what a fucking genius, am I right? He then hits him with another comment, it's Sunday morning and you're still artard. Yes, anyone who disagrees with our Lord and Savior Kabulo76 is an artard. Faraday here comments amount of Kabulo brain cells, making a joke about Kabulo having no brain cells, and Kabulo did not appreciate this comment, insulting his intelligence. Kabulo comments another miserable beggar who feeds himself by rummaging through garbage bins. Welcome back, among these autistic regards, you will be fine. I find it funny that he's talking about other people being beggars. You've been begging for my attention for the past 2 months. In fact, you've left like 500 comments on my channel. You're basically on your hands and knees for my attention right now. But why not give you that attention that your parents obviously didn't give you growing up? He then says, Minecraft fanboy, no wonder you're so autistic, and a bunch of boomer laughing emojis. Once again, his only insult. I joined the conversation and said, Kabulo, you're salty, like you're obviously very fucking butthurt over my content, and you've been crying about it for months, right? And he says, nah, it's just your autism. That's 3 comments in a row, just calling people autistic that disagree with you. You're a loser, bro. I want to bring attention to this comment here by Feredity1, or however you say that. Did Kabulo comment something and then delete it or something? Because you were mentioning him directly, just curious. And he did, he left a comment and he deleted that comment, and then he tried to frame it on me as deleting his comment. He then says, sneaky coward, delete my comment, he just wants a safe space for his autistic follower. That is 4 comments in a row just calling people autistic. It's not me deleting your comments, I actually went in and manually approved you for all your comments to go through. However, it's probably YouTube deleting comments because I know they do that a lot. And I fucking love it, dude. Whenever YouTube deletes a comment, I'll get some moron down in my comment section. Oh, you're deleting my comment, bro. You're silencing free speech. No, that's YouTube doing that. It's almost like your comments break YouTube's community guidelines. I mean, it says right here that you're not allowed to spread hatred towards groups of people based on these characteristics. And disability is one of them, and that is something you are doing in my comments. So it is probably YouTube taking your comments away because you're breaking that rule. If you don't want YouTube removing your comment, then maybe don't purposely break the rules over and over again and be surprised when they get rid of your comments. This is like me smoking in a building that says no smoking and then being surprised when the staff come out and get mad at me. He then says, LOL, coward, liar, beggar, a word I can't say on YouTube, and thief, laughing emojis. Do you do anything good in life? And some more laughing emojis. And I replied to this question, and I kept in mind that this guy really likes making mom jokes. So I said, Joe Mama. Somebody in my comments told Kabulo to get a life, and Kabulo replied with some shit emojis. But this wasn't enough, because he then replied with 3 separate letters. The first comment he left here just said K. He then left another comment saying Y. Then he leaves another comment saying S with a smiley face after. Now if you don't know what these 3 letters stand for, they basically stand for stick a fork in the outlet, take a bath with the toaster, that type of thing. I think you guys get what I mean. But to tell someone to disconnect from the server because they disagree with you on fucking video games is the most man-child thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, you really need to get a life and get a job. There's one more comment I want to go over. He says, I can't think of a more uninteresting thing in this universe, this channel. It must be pretty interesting if you left hundreds of comments on it, dude. You keep coming back over and over and over again. You keep stopping by, bro. It must be interesting. So I promised at the start of the video that I would do an autism test, so here you go. So I got 18 out of 46, and I think 32 is you likely have it. So there you go, Kabulo. Even if I did have autism, everything I said would still be absolutely correct, and it wouldn't change the fact that you're kind of a loser, bro. And Kabulo, I know you like to call everybody who disagrees with you autistic. I don't know why you do this. Maybe you're projecting and you have autism. I'm not gonna make fun of you for that, dude. I don't look down on people who have mental disorders or whatever. It's whatever, bro. Who cares? I don't know, man. You're just weird, bro. You need to go get a job, you need to get a new hobby, you need to get some help. I don't know, what's wrong with you, but you need to spend less time in my comments crying, because it's not good. Anyway, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Peace.